Okay. Yeah. This does need to be addressed. Alright, well. That's us in the movie feature. Anyway. Usually, I don't want to do videos like this, but this has been kind of a trend going around right now. Of, hello, Death Metal Elitist. But this is kind of a trend going around. And you all know, you guys are all, you movie reviewers, you're all familiar with Chris Stuckmann, one of the very first movie reviewers on YouTube. The first one of the first, along with Jeremy Johns. Yeah, ones who kind of started the movie reviewing trend on YouTube. For a while, like, before I had started YouTube, like, I used to enjoy watching Stuckmann's reviews, and there was also one, like, around this time, like, for the past, before 2021, Stuckmann made some pretty funny hilarosity reviews for bad movies. And yeah, he used to bash bad movies that deserve to be bashed. There was even a series called Hilarosity. And yeah, and then it went on for quite a few times, quite a lot of years. He joined YouTube around 2009, and it was for 12 years. This was pretty familiar. Then, however, it was around the lockdowns. Around 2021, he eventually went on to join the film industry. And there came the bad news. He announced he was no longer going to do bad movie reviews and only focus on the good movie reviews. Because now that he joined the film industry, he didn't want to bash films. He was too worried about bashing filmmakers. And well, yeah. Now guys, I don't really like doing videos like this, but I'm not like gonna be rude or hell, but I'm just gonna calmly explain why. I'm just gonna calmly explain to this why I don't enjoy Stuckmann's channel anymore. The thing is, with joining the film industry, there's been a few critically praised films that have been bad. And of course, but because he's part of the film industry, praises them. Now, like, there's been several bad movies. There's been like several bad critically praised movies that he can't even bring himself to criticize now. Like holy crap! Like, there's a reason. Like, now before I dive deeper into that stuff, you're probably now wondering, how did you find Rambo Raff and OCP Communications channels? Well, you remember I started YouTube when the pandemic started. You guys are all familiar with that. It was around May 2020, during when the first lockdown was coming to an end. The first wave was coming to an end. Was when I started YouTube. And at the time, I did want to be like Stuckmann, Johns, and like those guys. At the time, I wanted to be like those guys. And this was back when I didn't even know the truth about Hollywood. And it was around, like, as in months progress, it was building my channel. I met Death Metal Elitist when we both bashed Craptivity. When I was about to make my review for Craptivity, I was searching Craptivity reviews when I found Death Metal Elitist's channel, and that's how we met. Eventually, like, Death Metal Elitist mentioned Rambo Raff for Life, so I randomly found Rambo Raff for Life's channel, and I found, like, and there was some, now, at the time, like, I didn't know much about the channel, so I didn't fully get into it at the time, but around the time I had was like searching Basic Instinct of Basic Instinct, basically it stinks 2 reviews, I found OCP Communications. Well, the however, the OCP Communications video that got me into OCP Communications was his epic rants on, which you all are familiar with if you've seen their channels, was his epic rants on this movie. That was the video that got me into OCP Communications, because while now with this movie, the only short I liked was the first short. Like, you remember I did kind of decently like it at the first time I saw it. I was a 6 out of 10, but after I saw like Rambaraf and OCP's thoughts on this movie, I realized, maybe this isn't as good as I remembered. Rewatched it and yeah, this is a bit slow, but there was one segment I did like, and that was the one by David Bruckner. The one with the girl. The I like you girl. Yeah. That's the one part I liked of the movie. The rest of the movie, no. And I agree with them on the wraparound. The wraparound sucks. Like, so yeah. Some of the newer reviewers I found, Rambaraf and OCP, were the first of 4. Discovered them on the first year of YouTube. Like, it was around, so OCP Communications I got into quickly, I got into first. Then it was like, and then I found out him and Rambaraf were friends. Because I saw some of Rambaraf's comments on some of OCP's videos. Yeah. Then of course, I kind of watched a little more Rambaraf for Life, and I actually kind of started to see, like, it was around like beginning of 2022 when I started watching a little bit more, and there were some bad praised Legacy sequels I did like at the time. Embarrassed to admit that. Some I kind of still do, some I now kind of don't. Some have aged decent, some have aged not well. But yeah, like, you know, I remember I gave Scream 5 an 8.5 out of 10 when I first reviewed it, and well, that was back when I actually didn't know about Holly Weird. And I watched it later. My score went down a little bit. I still think it's fine, but not overly great now like I used to think it was. And you all know I hated Scream 6. That I can agree with people on. Scream 6 sucked. And I hope Scream 7 does not happen. But yeah. I got more into, so yeah, around 2022 I got much more into 2021. Technically 2021 I got more into Rambaraf for Life, but it was around like, it was 2022 when I was really turned to a fan of Rambaraf. It was around 2022 when I eventually became an actual Rambaraf for Life fan. Then, oh yeah, and that 2022 was also the year I found another reviewer, Jurassic Godzilla fan, who was also honest in his reviews about certain films. And I especially enjoyed his Clerks 3 rant. Really enjoyed his Clerks 3 rant. That rant was how I got into Rambaraf, not how I got Jurassic Godzilla fan. Technically, the video that got me into Rambaraf for Life was his Alien 3 epic rant. And that's a film we both agree on. That's definitely a sequel both of us agree is an absolute insulting embarrassment. That's also one of my most hated sequels of all time. Fuck Alien 3. Even I want a shirt that says fuck Alien 3. Yeah, like, and like, well, and then of course, like, and then I realized the truth about Holly Weird. Like, when I realized the truth about Holly Weird, it was, y'all remember when back then I actually tried to have hope for Clerks 3, and then I saw like a trailer rant reaction on Rambaraf's channel, and then the plot got spoiled for Clerks 3, and the ending where Dante dies, and Becky dies, and their unborn baby dies, got spoiled on Wikipedia before I even watched the film. And I was like, what? You can't kill him off. It's a comedy series. Why would you kill off a comedy character? You can't do that. Clerks is a comedy series. So yeah, when I got back for the movie, I was mad. I had realized exactly this is every Hollywood curse now. Any character we like in a franchise now has to die. It's gone on too long, and that movie was where I finally got so fed up with the kill-offs. Because, like, here's the thing. Some do work, like Logan. I will admit, Logan worked, War for Apes worked. Killing off Ryan Gosling's character Blade Runner 2049 didn't need to die because we got introduced to him, but it was done in a way that worked. It wasn't done too pretentiously. And hey, at least Blade Runner 2049 didn't kill off Harrison Ford. Didn't kill off Deckard. So that's why I made it good. Is because it at least gives Ryan Gosling a good role, then gives him a good send-off, and it actually manages, while Deckard doesn't appear till near the end, it still does well with his role. Like, but there's bad movies that have killed off many greats. Like, look, Scream 5, the thing is, Dewey did not need to die in Scream 5. That part I hate. Then, of course, there's been bad movies that have killed off characters. Like Hector Barbosa, he died in Pirates of the Caribbean 5. Merlin and half the characters of the first Kingsman movie all died in the sequel. And Colin Firth somehow comes back for no reason. Now has amnesia and an eye patch. Caesar, I like War for the Planet of the Apes, but Caesar and his family all died in that movie. Not sure Caesar needed to die if they're just gonna kill the family off. Like, just recently everybody dies, but now there's been some rant films from Rambo Raff I do like. Like, I know him and OCP didn't like John McFour. I did. But I can agree with them on the stairs part. That part was stupid. This part of the stairs was very stupid. I can admit that. And I also did not like they killed Sharonov. So I still have some criticisms with John McFour. But I thought it was a decent enough end. I can agree with some criticisms though. Oh, and maybe the Scott Adkins scene. That was over. The Scott Adkins part could have been done better. Now, what else did I like? Well, I did, like, there are some rant films they've done that I have liked, but each their own. Why would it matter if what, like, I don't really need to copy every single opinion they have. Just to look cool. Like, if I like a movie I like it. If I hate it, then I hate it. I'm not going to copy a reviewer's opinions when I see a film. Just so I can fit it and look cool. And that brings us to our real topic. The Stuckmann controversy now. Yeah, I get you're now part of the film industry, but sometimes there's a film that does deserve to be bashed. It's not a crime to bash a film. Like, dude, you're part of the film industry, but you can't just go soft on every movie you see. Like, especially now that Hollywood mistreats people, or, like, guys are wondering, do you have any plan to join the film industry? No. Of course I don't. Exactly knowing what Hollywood does, I refuse, I don't want to join the film industry. Yeah, I don't need a bunch of AI controversies. Yeah. So, dude, and then Jeremy Jahns, like, I never was a fan of Jeremy Jahns, to be honest. I mean, he was just alright. Like, him I was never a fan of when I joined YouTube. Like, some of the critics I liked back then, before I discovered Grammar for Life, they used to be good. Now they've just become shells. Like, first before that, like, now, even Electric Dragon 505, the animation critic, like, Animat. I'm not a big fan of him anymore either, to be honest. Like, even he's gone kind of downhill. Yeah, and also, look, each their own. This one literally gave, also, like, this was Animat who gave Turning Red a 9 out of 10, which each their own, but I disagree with that score. I think Turning Red is one of Pixar's worst feature films. And I don't know how the hell people liked that movie at all. Like, yeah, like, course, like when I think of Pixar, of course I want to see a a twerking teenage red panda twerk her ass at the villain and twerk her ass in several other scenes, and make cringy teenage references, and literally pout and whine about not going to a band, and just want to go to a dumb concert for her top goal. And people can be like, but the ending scene has the Pixar feel. Doesn't make up for the rest of the movie being terrible. Okay? Yeah, like there's better films, like some better films he's given 6 out of 10s to, but stuff like Twerking Red got a 9 out of 10. Really? Each their own, but Twerking Red is not that great. Like whatever, but yeah. Then the Nostalgia Critic also used to like, even he went downhill because now he just like, not only is his channel apparently nasty and mistreats other people, mistreats its staff, but apparently now he reviews just any movie that comes out instead of just like actual review like movies. But of course, like but Jurassic, Godzilla, OCP, and Rambo Raff are the only 3 reviewers I now like, but there's been other reviewers I discovered. Discovered Cody Leach, who, yeah, I also now like. Cody Leach I prefer over Stuckmann. Sean Chandler I also prefer over Stuckmann and Jeremy Johns and Animat. And what else can I think of? Oh, yeah. I also discovered another channel called Italian Stallion 51. And Cole Warner told me about this channel. Hey, Drew Fire. And, yeah, Jurassic God. No, it was. Yeah, Cole Warner told me about this channel, and the video that made me like Italian Stallion 51 was, believe it or not, Ari Aster's newest 3-hour film, Beau is Afraid. Yeah, that movie I did, the one I ranted on when I first moved down to this basement. One of the first rants I did in the basement. That movie, Ari Aster's newest film. Like, that brings me to a new topic. Like, Ari Aster has been aging horribly lately. The reason why is because he just keeps repeating the same downer endings every 3 movies now. Repeating the same artistic bullshit. And, like, here's the thing, like, Hereditary I still like. Midsommar I used to like, but it's aged pretty bad. Yeah, the one where the people jump off the cliffs, and then the 2 people, instead of how about get the fuck out of Dodge, hey, you stole my thesis. No, go get your own thesis. This is my thesis. I want to write a thesis about this, but I want to write a thesis about this. How about leave and forget about your stupid thesis? You just saw 2 people die, and you're worried about a thesis. And what's more is, like, they don't even seem to get worried that the group just disappears one by one to thin air. And the ending's predictable, the same downer twist. There's pretty much just another attempted Wicker Man remake by A24. And, like, guys, there's been plenty of critically acclaimed films I don't like. Like, here's the thing. Remember, last year you all know that critically acclaimed film Poor Things that somehow got critically acclaimed? Here's the thing, guys. I did see Poor Things. And personally, I think it's terrible. You want to know why? You want to know why I don't think it should have got awards? Because Poor Things, I thought, was boring, way too long, unlikable characters. Like honestly, I don't think you connect with Emma Stone's character at all. Here's the thing: all that movie, all Poor Things was Emma Stone constantly getting laid, like getting screwed by people for 30 minutes. Yeah, montages of her character, Mark Ruffalo's character, screwing each other constantly. Mark Ruffalo, who I don't like, who I also, an actor I lost respect for last year because of him constantly thinking She-Hulk is good, which it's not. And among plenty of other stupid things he's said and done. So, like, not just the She-Hulk stuff, other stuff as well. But Mark Ruffalo's character just having a goofy, dumb accent. Yeah, and then of course, and it's literally a scene. Rebel Stowe literally jerks off with an apple and gets obsessed with jerking people off and wearing a diaper in her first scenes and pissing herself on the floor and Willem Dafoe burping out bubbles, and that's apparently Oscar worthy. That was apparently a good movie to the public. I don't get that. Yeah. So guys, if you see me review poor things, it will be a rant. There's plenty of critically acclaimed films I love, like, you know, American Beauty. That's from the 90s, but I hate that movie for good reasons. Not just because it stars Kevin Disgracie, and you're like, but you have to separate art from the artist. Not, I can't do that with American Beauty, because you want to know why? The actor literally put the art in the character. Like, the movie is about a guy that Disgracie plays who's bored with his life, and he sees a 16-year-old, and now he now wants to screw a 16-year-old girl. Yeah, foreshadowing your real self. Yeah, good way to foreshadow your true self, dude. Yeah, but he doesn't do it. So what? He doesn't do it, so yeah, but he doesn't do it in the end. Yeah, doesn't matter. That's not the only unlikable thing he does. Yeah, he quits his job. Yeah, that's understandable. We all want to quit a shitty job. But we can't just do what we want in life all the time. We gotta grow up. Yeah, I like it. Being a grown up sucks and stuff, and getting older is never fun. We all want to be back to being younger again. I can relate to that. But want to know what this guy does? Instead of actually maybe going to a new office, works at a fast food joint, which is not bad, I get. Which, now that's not bad. I mean, anyone any age works at a fast food joint, but literally buys a bunch of drugs. Like, is one of the things he buys is a bunch of drugs. Imagines that same 6-year-old girl naked in roses. And this somehow that also gets critical acclaim instead of, this got the best picture over The Green Mile, which was a better movie. I think even Saving Private Ryan didn't get best picture, but somehow American Beauty does. And somehow people thought it was a masterpiece. No. Can't watch a film and connect to a film like that. So there's plenty of critically acclaimed films I actually do hate. Titanic I hated. Avatar 1 and 2 I both hate. Avatar 2 I hate more. Yes, guys, I hate more. Yes, guys, I hate Avatar 2. Fucking deal with it. Okay, some people need to deal with that. I hated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, and somehow that's considered the best Ninja Turtles movie by the paid critics. Yeah, over the 1990 movie, which actually gets the Turtles right. Mutant Mayhem, they're not the Turtles, they're just rude TikToksters that do shit the Turtles would never do. Or do selfish shit the Turtles would never do themselves. Like, seriously, like... But I'm getting off topic, like... Off topic with this, like... But yeah. Nowadays, like... I prefer to actually criticize films that deserve to be criticized. For plenty of good reasons. Like, Madame Web deserved to be criticized by everybody. They just, like, it looked bad when the trailers were bad, it looked bad when it got announced, and it turned out to be bad. And it's from a shitty verse, like, guys, the Sonyverse. Look at the movie results. All of them. So far. The ones past Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Look at both More BS and Madame Web's results. Go look them up. They have been horrible. Like, Madame Web rants will come eventually, but I want to wait until it hits this. There's a cheaper theater near my place, so I want to wait till it hits that. I would rather wait then. Okay? I don't need to do it right away. So plus even Rambo Rap, some of Rambo Rap's reviews don't even come on the premiere days. Joseph Joseph Corcoran, don't see Morbius. It's not worth it. It's shit. You're lucking out. But like, oh my god, and Craven the Hunter. Craven the Hunter's gonna be rated R. They're making Craven an activist. So no, I don't have hope for Craven. Just because it's rated R doesn't suddenly make things good. Where that I have to say multiple times. R rating does not make a good movie every single time. What makes it good is if you're faithful. Like Deadpool 2. I mean, Deadpool 1 and 2 were faithful to their source material. They were rated R, but they worked because they were good to the source material. Now with Venom in Zoniverse, should have been rated R. That's a criticism I hate with the movies. But Venom 1, I thought was decently good. I don't think it was all like really, really great, but it was decently fine. Decently good enough. Venom Learned to Be Carnage was kind of disappointed in the sequel. Some of my friends thought it was better. I disagree with that. Like, it was way too short. It was still PG-13. So yeah. It's better to be honest than to constantly try to fit in with the whole league, is what I'm saying. And that's something Stuckmann has done. He's now part of the film industry, now wants to fit in with the film industry, is doing a movie called Shelby Oaks that has still not been released. Like, Shelby Oaks hasn't even been released yet. It still has not even seen the light of day. It probably won't even get that wide of a release. So why would it matter being part of the film industry or not? Like, my god, like, yeah. Half the YouTubers I liked back then have really gone downhill. And it really sucks. And I thankfully discovered some actually proper, better, honest ones. No, like Italian Stallion, Rambo, Raph, LCP, Jurassic. I prefer to be in that league now. That's the league I'd rather stay in. But rather actually criticize movies that deserve it. Regardless if they're critically acclaimed or not. So it wouldn't matter. Like, and like with like Parasites, like there was another critically acclaimed movie called Parasite, released in 2019. One other reviewer I watched, Cole Warner. It's critically acclaimed and Cole Warner hated it. I haven't watched Parasite in a long time, so I can't say anything about it, but Cole Warner hated Parasite, and that's critically acclaimed. Yeah, there's lots of critically acclaimed films that can suck. And plus, Rotten Tomatoes is a paid site anyway, so their opinions don't matter. Could care less what they say. But, like, honestly, like, yeah, join the film industry leads to controversies like this. Can't criticize one bad movie. One. It looks like it is like the video called "We Need to Talk About This," but it's not even a criticism. It was barely even a criticism. And the video has gotten backlash from a lot of people now. There's lots of people giving this video backlash. So yeah. So yeah. Chris Stuckmann, Nostalgia Critic, Jeremy Johns, Electric Dragon 505, or Animat, whoever you want to call him. Those guys have gone downhill. I've now joined a better league. Okay, I gotta end this. Well, I gotta end this stream, guys. I gotta have lunch. I haven't even had lunch yet, but I gotta end this here. But yeah, till then, guys, that'll be it for my life. So in the end, guys, I've unsubscribed Chris Stuckmann. No longer care for Chris Stuckmann or any of the Holly Weird Stimps. Now, yeah, that's just how it is. So until then, that'll be it for this live stream. Thank you all for watching. If you like this, want to see more, and don't forget to like, subscribe to Don G. Corleone.